Good evening, y'all, and welcome to the Red Barn. I decided I'm going to do some ribs tonight. I've done them many times, and of course I'm starting late. Well, what's new? I'm always getting a late start. Wasn't going to cook. Went outside, started messing around, moving my grills around, and then I got the urge. It's like a sickness. So we're going to fire up the smoker. And we're gonna do these ribs really simple. I'm gonna change it up a little bit and try to do this. I've got some baby backs. I don't even have them out, because I'm not even ready. But all I'm gonna do is salt and pepper them. I'm not gonna take the membrane off the back. We're gonna do this very simple, very quick. Throw them on the smoker, smoke them probably 4 or 5 hours, and see how they come out like that. No barbecue sauce, no sweet sugars, no anything. I'm not gonna put any kind of basting on it, no kind of binder or anything. We're just gonna salt pepper these babies up, plain and simple. Throw them on there, smoke these suckers. We're gonna see how these come out.
We are live from my backyard where I am smoking these meat like a brisket. I'm making meat now. Someone asked me, do I smoke meat? It's gonna be delicious. Yeah, I smoke meat, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Welcome to East Texas Red Barn Cooking with your guy, Texas T. Texas T here. Get ready. It's time to do some cooking, y'all. All right, here we go. Missing one thing. Got me a brand new bottle of Texas tea. So, you know, need a little swig of Texas tea. Oh, you're ready. Makes things all a little better. So, like I said, all we're doing is salt and pepper these things. I did take the membrane off of this rib here. Baby backs. Took the membrane off of this one. I'm gonna leave the membrane on this one, and we're gonna see really, what difference does it make. Does it make any difference? Probably. But we're gonna find out. So, kosher salt. We're just gonna kosher salt the back of this thing. Don't need it real heavy on the back. And the one with membrane. I don't think I've ever made ribs that didn't have a ton of flavor and a ton of seasonings on it, and sugar and whatever else I rub on it. But this time we are. It's just plain old black pepper, ground black pepper. A little bit heavier than your table type pepper. A little bit bigger pieces. So, it's good though. It's good. No binder. We're just sprinkling this right on this meat. All right. That's one side. Flip that baby over. We're gonna do the meat side. Kosher salt. And I don't plan on putting barbecue sauce on it either, like I said. I just want some pork and some salt and pepper. I may dip it in some barbecue sauce later on, after it's done and all that, but I'm not gonna sauce them up while they're cooking. So, get a good true flavor on this. Probably looks like I'm putting a lot of salt on it, but it's kind of coming out a little slow. Big old chunks of kosher. So, gonna be alright. Good enough. And some old black pepper. I typically make my own rubs for beef and pork. Then I've tried a few other ones that I really like, the ones I've used most recently, the butt rubs and all that stuff. But honestly, I'm out of my stuff, so I didn't feel like making up a batch. So that's why I said we're gonna keep it simple. Could have made some, but meat, salt, and pepper. Oh yeah. So we're gonna make sure the smoker's all ready, and we're gonna fire these babies up. I'm gonna try to keep it around 250. Just see how these babies cook. We're not gonna test temperatures. We're just gonna do the fold test. You know, take some tongs, lift it up, and see if that baby rolls over. And if the meat starts pulling away from the bone, we're just gonna do it by sight, like the old way. Anywho, here we go. All right, guys, we're kind of getting us a little bit of a late start. But that's all right. Like I said, nothing new at the Red Barn. So I got the ribs all ready to go. And then we're gonna throw this on our bad little smoker here, our Dyna Glow. And I don't know if you can see inside of there, but what I've got is a pile of charcoal down inside of my smoker box. The whole bag. And it's dry. There's no fuel of any type, no lighter fluid or anything like that. And so what we're gonna do, they call this the Minion way. And I've got this little thing fired up here with charcoal inside of it. Use no fuel in that either. It's a cool little thing. You've seen them. Put paper underneath it, light it on fire, and man, it gets that charcoal going. I was really shocked. First time I ever used that thing, and it works. It works really good. But anyway, we're gonna get this thing going. And the menu, anyway, I was getting to the Minion thing. So we got the pile of charcoal down at the bottom. And then we're gonna take this handful of charcoal that's lit, and we're gonna pour it on the edge by the door of this bed of charcoal. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna make it burn slowly. You know, it's gonna start and it's gonna kind of just slowly catch on. And what that does is that gives you a lot longer of a cook time with your coals and stuff. So, you know, you should get a few hours out of it just with that. And then of course I've got some pecan wood I'm gonna throw in there too, so we can get that smoke flavor. But that's what we're doing here. So welcome to the Red Barn. We're gonna do it to it. All right. So we are here at the Dyna Glow, and I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't adding anything to it, but I am gonna spritz it. Try to spritz about every hour. And it's got apple cider vinegar in it, and I think there's Worcestershire sauce in it and whatever. But anyway, I am going to spritz it. I'm not adding any other flavors to it, but I do want to reiterate about these gauges. Now, I've got a nice gauge here that I use that shows me the ambient temperature. And that's what I use because although right now they are pretty close together as far as the gauge I have in there and this one here, I don't count on this one on the smoker because I've seen it as much as 20 degrees difference Fahrenheit tonight. And somehow, I don't know how it comes up to temperature and they get right on with each other, but this thing varies too much and you just can't count on it. And when it comes to meat, you can mess up some meat, dry up some meat, and if you want to do it right, you're going to have to get you a good one. Now this is digital, wireless. I've got it in the ambient going into my smoker. The base is over here hanging on my smoker, and this is wireless, so I carry it with me. But that way I know what my inside temperature is all the time. Let's try this again. We're gonna spritz it up a little bit. And that's apple cider vinegar. A few other little ingredients. But I'm not adding any barbecue or anything like that to it. But you want to be sure that you keep it moist, very moist. Anyway, that's what we're doing right there. Alright, so I think this is the one that does not have the membrane on it. Definitely juicy, that's for sure. Got a nice bark to it. Fortunately, it's a little too tender. Honestly, you're not going to be able to separate these out in individual ribs because they're just falling apart. I don't know. Looks like it's going to be pretty tasty though. I do like that bark on there. It's just the salt and pepper. So much for cutting through that bark and just kind of break it apart, I guess. But it's going to taste wonderful though. Juicy, and that bone just comes right out. Alright, this appears to be the one with no membrane. Very juicy. It's going to be good, but no cutting this baby up individually. Alright, so we got us plate of meat here. Just like I like. I got some grilled chicken on here too that I did, but that's not what this is about. So my ribs, had one without the membrane. It seems to possibly fall apart a little more. The bone, you couldn't lift the bone. You couldn't lift it up without it falling off the bone. Not exactly how I want it. A lot of backyard barbecues want it like that because it's really fantastic. I wouldn't mind to hold better, hold together a little bit better. But this one with the membrane, yeah, it came out pretty good. It's not completely falling off. Man, that's some kind of juicy and moist. That's really good. Just that salt and pepper. Man, you can put some barbecue sauce on it now. It'll be fantastic. But man, that is really good. I would suggest using a little bit less of the kosher salt than I did. Made it a little bit salty, but I mean, it's not bad. And that coarse pepper, it's really good. I mean, it's really peppery and a tad bit salty. But man, what a flavor. So no, you don't have to do all the sugars and the seasonings and spices that I usually do. I will continue to do it, but it's a fantastic way to do it. Kind of I don't know, I guess like the Texas brisket or whatever. Yeah, just salt and pepper. But fantastic, man. It's very tender, very moist. Flavor's fantastic. I got some more ribs coming up that I got from my cousin. Sent it to me. I never heard of doing them this way. So we're gonna give them a shot. Kind of weird, but I'm gonna give it a go and see how they come out. But that'd be another time. Very soon.